Hey guys, welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. It's the weekend and we are hanging out in front of our large Christmas tree. And I am sporting my beautiful Christmas shirt.
Beautiful.
My wife loves it. So today we're gonna be talking about strawberries and propagating them and how you can extend those plants past that 3 to 4 year period when they start to kind of peter out. But first, we're gonna do highs and lows. My high this week was probably going to the girls' open house at the dance studio. It's just kind of a time when they show the parents like what they've been learning this year and the dances they have. So that was a lot of fun just to get to see them showcasing their talent. So purposely, I don't really watch them practicing and stuff because I like to see the complete final product. And so this is kind of that first little glimpse that I get of it. And then later on, I get to see the whole thing put together. So they always amaze me at what they are able to do. So that's my high for the week. My low was discovering that one of the vines on our vine house that we made for Moriah was seemingly cut. There was a whole section taken out of it, and it's a very clean cut. And that section was still there, it lines up, so it really does look like somebody came and cut it. So that's a little bit disturbing.
Yeah.
Probably gonna get some cameras back there. Kind of sad, kind of disappointing, kind of like, hey, what the heck are you doing on our property? And it may not have been somebody, we really don't know. But like I said, I could match it up perfect, and it fit back together perfectly. And that doesn't happen when it was torn or ripped or even chewed by an animal, so.
Yeah. So my high was also open house. I am the event coordinator at our dance studio. So for me, I get to decorate and kind of coordinate the event as far as like food and stuff. So that's always really fun. I really enjoy just that side of my job. And of course, watching my kids dance, and I have to say my drama students did a great job with their play, their little skit.
They did.
So
they wrote it, right?
They wrote their skit. I kind of walked them through it, but they did a great job. So I was very proud of them. It was a really good week. And then my low is discovering that my mulberry cuttings hadn't rooted. I did some more research, and I did find that actually rooting them in soil is one of the hardest ways to propagate them. So I did find another way to propagate them, and I'm going to test that out. It does take about 6 to 8 weeks to get roots. I will do a follow-up video. I'm planning on doing a video on how I propagate them, and then this new way, and then also to see if they root. So we'll see how that goes. I believe that mulberry tree is on our property for a purpose because I've wanted one for so long. It's just finding the right way.
Yeah.
Finding what works.
Yeah. So we're gonna do it. We know it'd be easier to go out and buy one, but just kind of the idea of rooting one off of our property would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So before we go to the strawberries, we have something that we wanted to do on camera. So we got a package. We did. I know. So we follow Roots and Refuge on Facebook, and every year they do a secret Santa. And so we signed up this year to do that. And we got our package today, so have no clue what's inside. They do have an option where you can kind of put like your wish list. The only thing that I put was a loofah gourd, because that's something that we would never buy, but it's always sort of interested me. Like I would be like, that'd be fun to try. So we're gonna see, and if it's not in here, that's fine. Yeah. But we're gonna open it up. Hey, we got a card. That's really cool.
Oh, that's fun.
We did not send out the card. I
No.
feel bad. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This person like went
It's like Christmas.
overboard. I mean, this is amazing.
Best ever.
We have an entire garden in this
I
box.
know. I'm so excited.
Wow. Okay, so we have, it looks like a cool little ornament here. You want to open it?
Sure.
Whoa. Oh, that is cool.
That is so cool.
Very, very cool.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I know. So we have,
Oh,
M.I.
M.I.
Gardner. I've never ordered from him, but always want kind of like, just out of curiosity, wanted to.
Yeah.
That's where some of these seeds came from. So we have, rattlesnake beans, scarlet runner, peppers, habanero.
Ooh, we didn't
So we
do
did
those.
habaneras this year, which are not
Yeah.
hot. And it really made me kind of want the hot ones. So we got those, that's awesome.
Nice.
Beans, wow. I'm just gonna go through this really quickly right now. Cucumbers, squash, tomatoes, melons. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
More cucumbers. Yo, this is like
Like,
so much stuff.
So
Like
much stuff.
literally
Oh my
like
goodness.
an entire garden in here. Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
I am so excited.
So anyway, we'll have fun going through that. It's
Yeah.
way more here than I anticipated. So yeah, that's wow, exciting.
Yeah.
Such a blessing. We were actually going to be ordering our seeds today. I'm really glad we held off
Right?
because we might not really have to order
a
anything.
lot.
So
Yeah. That's such
really
a
cool.
blessing.
yeah, so that was fun.
That was fun.
So like I said, we're gonna go do strawberries and talk about how to propagate them, why we're propagating them, how to do it, all of that fun stuff. So we're gonna go do that now.
Okay, so now we're going to do something in the garden today. We have a fairly small area for strawberries. It's perfect for our family, but it is overgrown and it is taking over the walkway. The strawberry plants are just growing like crazy. We have ever-bearing strawberry plants, so you might see some flowers on the strawberries, and there's even a strawberry growing. It's small, but there's one in there. These plants have been in here for a few years. Strawberry plants reach their peak at 3 to 4 years. Last year we had a great harvest, and I just feel like it's probably time with these runners to go ahead and use them to transplant and get some new plants growing in place of our older plants. That way we can go ahead and make sure we have a good crop for the spring and the summer, and make sure we maintain the same amount of strawberry plants that we have. Because it is a small space, I want to make sure we have lots of good healthy plants so that we can get strawberries. So in a normal year, we would cut these off. You want to make sure you cut them off so that there's a lot of energy going into your main host plant so that you get the most strawberries you can get. But I knew that we were going to need to replace these plants. So at the end of the season, I just let them kind of go, and they have taken off. And you can see here, we've got these runners attached to the main plant. And you can actually see this one has a fairly long root system. I didn't really expect that, but you also might find some with some newer root systems. Now, the runners that are closest to the mother plant are the ones that are going to be the strongest and the best producing. So those are the ones that I want to make sure I get. And the way you cut these off is actually, you want to cut it off as close to this new plant as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these as well. And then I have my tray. I wanna save all these. When they start producing, like I said, you're gonna wanna make sure during the season you cut these off when they begin to grow, because that's how you're gonna get the most strawberries possible. The other thing that we are planning to do is, I have a hard time throwing away plants that produce food. I don't wanna throw away these strawberry plants, so I'm probably going to give them to people I know that want them. If you're going to gift them to someone, or if you want to replant them, but you can't replant them the day that you cut them off, you wanna make sure you keep the roots moist. The roots have to stay moist. You don't want the whole plant to be moist, but you want to make sure those roots are wrapped in something that's going to stay wet, so like wet peat moss. But just keep in mind that they'll only stay that way for a few days. They won't stay that way forever. So you want to make sure you go ahead and do that and then give them to whomever is going to be replanting them. These plants I am going to dig up, but I'm also going to probably put around the homestead. We might put some in our chicken coop. I wouldn't mind seeing if we could cultivate just a wild strawberry area kind of into the woods or at the edge of the woods that they can just kind of do their own thing. We're going to experiment a little bit with that, and I'll update you guys. So Jeremy and I were actually talking, and we put down this weed fabric last year. So actually a lot of these plants are relatively new. We were trying to think back because when we went to dig them out, there's a ton of new growth down there. So I think we're actually gonna give these plants another year. So what I'm going to do now is just clean up the bed, get rid of the runners, and see how they do. So another way you can propagate your strawberry plants is by separating the crowns. Now, strawberries are similar to bulbs, and they can be separated into different plants. However, it takes a lot of skill and knowledge to cut the plants apart. You actually risk losing both plants if you don't do it carefully and successfully. I've never done it before. I would want to watch someone and do it kind of hands-on before I experimented with that. But if it's something that you're interested in learning about, you can definitely look it up. I'm sure there's something on YouTube. So if you are local to us and you want some strawberries, I'm gonna have plenty of plants to get rid of.
So that about wraps it up for the strawberries. It was starting to get kind of drizzly and got cold, so I had to put on a long sleeve shirt. But really excited about it. Excited to see what kind of harvest we get this year. Also really excited about our garden in a box. That's what I'm calling it anyway. I don't think we're gonna have to order any seeds. I think there may be one or two that we will have to order, but for the most part, like, that pretty much provided everything that we do, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Hope you guys have a great Christmas. We're gonna get a couple more videos out this week, and then we'll probably take a break after the week of Christmas, just to kind of enjoy that time and everything. So, anyway, until then, be blessed.